see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's Monday, February 10th, 2025, and welcome to episode 825 of the Lost Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter-free. I'm Brian, your host, and today I'm enjoying an FTO Blonde Espresso from foodforestfarms.com. Yeah, sorry, getting alarms and stuff all over here. Foodforestfarms.com, where you can get 10% off with discount code LOTS10, and the shipping's always free. While you're there, check out C4 Club. Great coffee club, great monthly coffee club. You get your coffee in the mail. Great price, fantastic coffee, awesome customer service. Check it out, foodforestfarms.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the first week of the AI class I'm taking. I'm very, very impressed with that. Couple dates with my beautiful bride, website work, and so much more. Thanks for stopping in. First, let's check over in the video chat or in the live feed chat and see who's hanging out while I try to figure out what is going on with all of the stuff over here. Good morning, John Palmer. Good morning, good day, and good week to you, Pip, Mr. Pippin. How we doing? Pippinized in. Hola to you, Hunter, over on Twitch. Good morning, Hunter. How's it going? It looks like zap.stream may not be working, so this is not going to Noster. Wish it was, but it isn't. I don't know. Jumped on this morning and went to look at my dashboard and it wouldn't load. So I don't know if that site's down. That zap.stream site is down. I know Noster isn't down. That's not how that really works. But anyway, get these alarms cleared up and we will get going. How was everybody's week? Just give me 2 seconds here, guys. All right. I think everything's cleared up. Jim's gonna be upset. He won the hardware wallet, and then he's not gonna be able to zap over on Noster this morning. FTO Blonde Espresso finishing up the bag today. It was it's a great coffee if you're looking for a middle of the road, drink it anytime coffee. Try out the FTO Blonde Espresso. Pip, have you tried the FTO Blonde in your C4 order yet, or have you yet to experience that? All right. Well, first things first, I didn't get to it last week, and I got another week in, and opinions have kind of changed. I was going to talk last week about a new app I found and signed up for. Was going to give a shot a little bit, see what it is, see if there's an opportunity. I know things don't blossom immediately on a new social media app. You got to put some time in before you see any results, but you can tell if it's the right kind of setup, and you can kind of get a feel for it, see if it's going to be something you're going to like pretty quick. I wanted to give it a about 30 days to see what was going on, see if I liked it or not, and I don't know if that's going to happen. We will see here. I'll talk about it in just a bit. Good morning, Canadian Farmstead. Thanks for stopping in. Canadian Farmstead says, I got to step down from the Maxwell house in the cup. Walmart, great life. Oh, wow. Do we need to do a fundraiser for Canadian Farmstead's coffee? I mean, we'd have to raise twice as much to buy it in Canada, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe at some point. But anyway, so I started trying a new app called Flip. I might have heard of it. You might have not have heard of it. It was basically when the whole TikTok ban and that whole deal before the, oh my God, there's a mosquito in here in February. Look at that. The whole TikTok ban was going on. Sorry about that. Whole TikTok ban was kind of rolling in. It was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. Good morning, Jim. Looks like ZapDop stream is down over there. Haven't been able to get it to load up, so Noster isn't up. Anyway, I appreciate it. You can always zap my Noster profile if you feel the need. But anyway, I was taking the advantage of the TikTok ban and the hype leading up to it, the possibility of it not existing anymore. I wasn't at all confident that it was going to go away forever. I was pretty sure it was going to come back. I didn't know what form TikTok was going to be in after, whether it would have, if it changed everything, if someone new bought it, if things changed, if the sales changed. They've kind of, I don't want to say blackballed my one account, but basically my one account I can't do any monetization on. And so I was looking for alternatives, and I figured with the ban coming, that was opening up a lot of opportunity for other apps to fill the shoes. Because as we've talked, because as we talked about it on this show, there's a lot of people that make a lot of money on TikTok, both on the creator side and on the vendor side. So if TikTok went away, that's going to leave a big vacuum of all these companies and creators looking for some place to go to make money. So I figured that people would be putting their best foot forward. They would be pumping their app, their services to fill these voids. I started looking into different things. I saw a few different ones. I considered flipping back over to Clapper, which I still have an account and post sporadically. And, you know, it's weird. I get decent traction there when I post, but I just can't bring myself to use the app because it's just not I don't feel like it's my genre of folks. I get interaction with a lot of people that don't speak English, and that's kind of hard for growing a community. But I know there's folks that use Clapper. I didn't know if that was going to be a shift when TikTok went away. And as I started looking into what other monetized creators were going to, I kept seeing this app called Flip come up. And it had been around for a while. I mean, it wasn't mainstream yet. I wouldn't call it like popular, but it had been what is languagist? Languagist? It hadn't been around long enough to be mainstream app, but it's there. There was a path to monetization. There was a direct path to monetization as soon as you signed up. There was both. So there were three ways to monetize on it, and there still is. I still have my account. Spoiler alert, I'm not sure if I'm going to move forward with it from the last couple weeks and seeing what has been transpiring. But basically, when I signed up in January, you could monetize by watching videos, and that was rewarded in a discount. So basically you got, say these numbers aren't right. It was all varied depending on how many videos you watched and whatever, but the rewards amounts varied. But basically you watch videos and you accumulated dollars. It said it was dollars. So say when you got to $10, it let you take a discount on an item. So if you earn $10 in watch rewards, you could use that $10 for up to 60% of your purchase. So basically it was like a coupon for part of your purchase. You couldn't get it for free, but it was a discount, and a pretty steep discount. I mean, usually when you signed up, it was 55 to 60%, I think. From the groups I joined about the app, it settled down to about 40% off. So you're looking at 40%. You watch videos, and I had, it was stupid. You didn't need to watch a whole lot of videos to get a whole lot of rewards. So basically, you're going to run a 40% off any item you wanted to buy through the site. So that was just watching. You didn't need to do anything to sign up to watch. To post a video, there was a requirement. You needed to buy at least one item through the site. And that was the MO of the whole system. Was you buy items from them, you review items from them, you get commission on items from them, and they get their site populated with videos about items that are getting bought through them. I mean, it made sense. So Canadian Farm Systems is everything marked up 50%. No, and it wasn't. And that's what I was surprised. I was like, well, this is going to be just, it's going to be hard to promote here because the prices are going to be huge compared to Amazon or things like that. And they weren't. They were right in line. A few of the things that I bought, I ended up buying some stuff. I said that I'd throw $50 at this and see what happened. I was happy. I got $100 worth of items for $50, and they were all relatively priced in the right ballpark. You had to do your research. Obviously, there were sellers on there that were trying to maximize, and they were listed. Their listing prices were way out of whack. But the site routinely ran sales. It is what it is. Just like TikTok, you have to, if you see an item you want to buy, quick search it on Amazon and see what the price is. So that was the rub. You had to buy some items to be able to post. So once you post, so I spent my $50. I ordered $100 worth of items. I had watch rewards. I had, so I got 4 things. I got 4 decent items. The lighter's a piece of junk. I remember that from some other items I got from Lightsall. I thought they were good, and I remembered it. They were a couple of the first items I got from Amazon affiliates, but worked great for about a week. And I remember that now that I have this lighter, but it was an electronic lighter that just pretty much has taken a dump already. So that was junk. But the fire starting gear and the manual chainsaw I got, they feel really quality. The research I've done on Uberleben, the company that made the fire starting gear that I picked up, quality company. Price was right in line with every place on the internet, and so that was good. Once you place an order, you can post 2 types of content on there. Excuse me. One is called a clip. That is supposedly can be anything, any genre, about anything. You can from what I understand, and this is where I kind of dip out. From what I understand, you can take videos from TikTok, you can take your shorts from other places and put them there. There's restrictions on music content, this, that, and the rules aren't really clear. The terms of service are changing constantly. The rules are changing constantly, but you could post whatever you want. And so I saw an opportunity to post things I'm learning about it, things I've learned about content creation along the way. And it seemed like I had a decent amount of engagement, and I was getting a lot of comments. I was replying to the comments, the things you do to grow a new site, a new profile. And I just wasn't getting any traction. And I was like, okay, well, they want these other types of content, which are called flips. And basically, they're the video reviews of the items you purchase on Flip. And so it's a direct link to it. I have yet to find the commission amount that you get paid if you get a sale. And I have yet to see anything get added to a shopping cart, even with hundreds of views on these items. So it's really, I know it takes time. Like I'm not saying this is, oh my God, it didn't work in 2 weeks. But there's signs that it's not necessarily all that it's cracked up to be. The interaction's weird. The user base is, I don't know if I haven't found the right folks there, but the user base is off to me. It's not people that I necessarily feel like I can grow an account around. Like I said, the products are what they are. They're available everywhere. So it's not like I'm getting exclusive items that can only be bought there. They've updated the app 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and every time it gets worse. Or they change the goalposts for different monetization points. It feels like in the last 3 weeks it's gone downhill. From the time I signed up. It was good for about 3 or 4 days, and then an update happened and the rules changed, and then some other things. Yeah, it's just been a shit show. So I don't know if I'm going to continue on my 30 days. I'm happy with the items I got for the price I got them. And I might just call it a wash. I might keep posting a little bit here and there, but as far as I can tell, it's just not my bag. It's just not for me. It might be for somebody else if they want to try it. Oh, the other thing about the app is they are incessant about stealing all your information on your phone. They will not let you clear a notification about syncing your contacts, so they can go ahead and take the phone numbers of your contacts and start spamming them with stuff. I haven't synced my contacts. I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening. But the only referral program they have for their app is if you sync your contacts. They string it out there. You get $100 in free items if you sync your contacts. Blah 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 for everybody that signs up from your contacts. I'm like, I don't need you have my phone contacts. I have contacts. I have an internet community that I would love to talk about your app with, but I'm not fucking shilling your app to my phone contacts. I have business contacts. I have personal contacts. I have people that I value their privacy. No, no. So there was that. There was incessant reminders to enable notifications on my phone, which was a no. Like, that's not happening. So it's a lot of bad and a very little bit of good so far. So I think I'm dipping out on that one. But if you guys want to check out Flip, that's my 2 cents on Flip. Good morning, Cormac. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. Noticed you're rolling out more design work over there in Ireland. I saw a post over on LinkedIn. Congratulations on that. Pip has a great idea. I like it. Pip says, Mark, makes me consider a burner phone with only scam numbers. Oh, I mean, if we wanna pool together and get a burner phone account, and anytime any of us get a spam call, we send whoever's controlling the phone, we send the number that it came from to them. They add it in their address book as some random name, and we sync it to Flip. We sync it to any app or any scams place we can find that harvest phone book entries. Whew, that would be good. I like that, Pip. You're a man that thinks along the same lines. I think everybody should. So, but anyway, that's Flip. It was what it was. It is what it is. It's a couple weeks, and the I think the changing of the rules constantly. Hunter says, "Can't we do that with a Google number? Can you assign a Google number to a phone, or is that only forwarded to a phone? Because it's only an app." Canadian Farmstead says the app has already harvested my contact numbers. I don't think it has. When I download apps, the permissions go to 0. John Palmer says they've used mine. Yeah. I don't know. It might have. The app might have harvested my shit, but I don't know. I got my permissions on everything need to be individually accepted on any app or any service I download. I know that there's backdoors and all these apps and things like that, but I don't know if this one is far enough in their journey to be scamming around the back end on contact numbers. Canadian Farmstead says, "Oh yeah, it sounds like it follows permissions." But the thing is, if it was scamming, I don't think they would be that incessant in asking me to sync my contacts. I think it would be, here's the obligatory sync your contacts. Oh, and then a reminder, but not every single time I open the app, requesting I do it multiple times while the app is open, and sneakily in places where you need to hit, like you're going to press something, and the thing will come up, sync your contacts now. I don't think they would continue to do that or write that code into there. I mean, that might be all a psyop, but I don't think they would continue to write that code in if they're backdooring the contact information. They would just be like, the obligatory, hey, sync your contacts. Oh, you don't want to? Oh, never mind. And they've already harvested it, I think. Yeah, so I don't know. I think they push it a little hard to be scamming on the back end, but who knows? Who knows? So that's Flip. You can try it if you want. I don't know. And I don't know if what's going on with TikTok. I do have a second account I started up on TikTok that I'm posting some of the review videos that I'm doing, making shorts out of them and seeing if I can get that product centered TikTok to take off, since my original account is blackballed for monetization. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going whole hog into TikTok because it's still unsure what is going on with that. Like, I don't think you can download it in the App Store anymore as of now. I know CapCut is CapCut, an editing software that the same company that TikTok owns, is not available in the App Store. And the cool part about that is if you have CapCut on your phone currently, and I don't know if Canadian Farmstead in Canada, if this is the same thing, but here where you can't download it, they can't process payments for premium, the premium service on CapCut. So if you go, they will just give you a 1-day trial every day. So I've gone in and I went to use some premium features, and I was going to actually consider paying for CapCut Premium for a short period of time to see if it helped improve the content I was making. And I went to hit try premium, and it was like, oh, you get a 1-day trial. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's let you try it before you buy it type of thing. And I went in the next day and I was like, wow, this is really nice. The features that it has, like some transcription features and some caption features and things like that. I was like, oh, this would probably be worth the like $1.99 a month or whatever it was. And I went to check out again, and I was going to use I hit the pay on the app, and it was like, you get a 1-day free trial. And I read the fine print on it. It was because we can't process your payment as during this tumultuous time or some bullshit. We will continue to offer free trial until everything's figured out. So there you go. If you are in the US and you have CapCut on your phone, but you don't use the premium version, there you go. Go ahead and use the premium version for free until they get their shit figured out on the TikTok ban. So there you go. And Pip confirmed no TikTok on Google Play, and that falls right in line with CapCut is and there's a couple other apps that they own that they had to pull, yet you can still use them. You just can't update them, and you can't download them new. Yeah. And Canadian Farmstead says, no, we are free. CapCut is still available. How's the Canadian dollar doing there, free man? How did those tariffs work out for you? What a joke. What a joke. Oh, all right. Anyway, moving on from that. Second thing I got going on. Last week, I talked to you guys about it for a couple weeks prior, but I started the 28-day challenge with Joshua Hale, and it was a 28-day Chat GPT challenge. It was proposed to me when we talked about it as a beginner Chat GPT class. Basically, go from 0 to hero in a month using Chat GPT. And I was like, okay, well, The beginning, I've used it enough. I use Jasper, which is a similar John Palmer says, thank God I'm tired of having things push TikTok. I don't know what that means. I use Jasper, which is it's a generative AI, a text generating AI for almost a year. Wasn't really happy with the results I got from it. It was nice. It was nice for shortcutting things, but I really wasn't. I wasn't sold on it. I knew that it had more capabilities than I was getting out of it. So I went to using and trying to figure out ChatGPT using free versions. I moved to trying out Claude is another AI model. And so I've been using these and getting okay results. Like it was easy enough to write social media posts, like a general social media post, and ask it to oh, John Palmer says, always have others pushing me to download TikTok. Oh, whatever. And so I could write a social media post. I could ask it to optimize this for Facebook, X, and LinkedIn, and look up the current trending hashtags related to this topic, and it would do it. It would do it. It was okay. They weren't great, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So when Joshua, I'd worked with Joshua on some other AI stuff. We connected through TSP, LTN communities, some different things, and he reached out and he said, "Hey, I got this AI project going on, and I'm curious if you'd want to take it, if you'd want to promote it, blah blah blah, whatever." I was like, "Well, it can't hurt. Can't hurt." So I signed up. I signed up for the class, and I said, you know, whatever. I'll see if I can get some folks to join in, and I'll take it and then see how it is. It's been unbelievable, guys. I honestly got more out of the first probably 2 or 3 days, or we can say a week, than I thought I would get in the whole month. Basically, how it's been working is every morning there's a Signal group. If you guys use Signal, it's a text messaging app basically. There's a Signal group with all the class participants in it, and we get a prompt in the morning. Before we started, there was a little short course that Joshua put together about the basics of ChatGPT, basically how to sign up, how to use it, if you should get the paid plan versus the free plan, what's available, the tools, the differences, and blah blah blah. It was basically a sky high GPT 101 that you took before the class started. When the class started, every morning during the week, we would get a prompt that you would enter into ChatGPT, and it basically taught you how to use it. The magic came in the group, though, so far. Every day we're encouraged to discuss the prompt, discuss our answers that we got from the prompt, discuss anything that we noticed. And then also people have been dropping other tools to use on like web extensions, things like that. My ability to use ChatGPT and my satisfaction with the results that I'm getting for the things I'm having it do. And we basically just did some very, very basic things this first week. But the conversations, just the understanding of what the system is and what I need to do to make my interaction with it work. Basically, you're talking to a computer that doesn't know what you want. He really is teaching, and this is going to go on for another 3 weeks, really teaching how to harness the power of what you have in your hands. It's pretty amazing. This week we're going to move on to how to use Chat GPT to help around your house. I believe we'll go down the lines of probably doing meal planning and grocery lists and to-do tasks and project, the home improvement project planning. I'm guessing things like that, but who knows with Joshua, because he just absolutely blew my mind just this first week with the class. So I'm excited. I really feel like that I'll probably be spinning up some similar classes. Obviously not exactly what he's got going on. He's probably going to run it again. I asked him if he was going to run it again because I would 1000% recommend it for the price that he's charging, and probably 10 times the price. If I felt like I got my money in the first 2 days of a 28-day thing, I'm guessing he didn't charge enough. Honestly. So if he charges it again, if he runs it again and charges the same amount of money and you don't take it, yeah. John Palmer said might use it to solve a disagreement with your wife. Literally, yes. Literally, you could. Canadian Farmstead said, what did it cost? It was $50 this time. It's $50, I think. I think that's I got in on a with a early bird discount. I believe it was $50. Canadian Farm says this poor Corey. I don't really argue with Corey all that much, so we don't need the computer to solve our arguments. But anyway, the class has been phenomenal. I've been using the tools that he has taught these first 5 days. Man, to get tons of work done. So I think the productivity in itself is worth the cost. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you in the loop if he's going to run another one, and I'll keep you updated in what is going on with my education and any cool things that I learned along the way that I feel like I could share without spoiling Josh or my own future classes. So that was AI class. Should have jumped in when I told you guys. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be this good. So anyway, I will keep you guys in the loop with that. Canadian Farmstead. ChatGPT says you have to tend to the wood stove tonight. Right. Anyway, speaking of wood stove, it did get cold. We actually fired up the stove again yesterday. I know, weird. First week of February, we had to run the wood stove. It was 70. It was in the 70s Saturday, and then Saturday overnight into Sunday it dropped, and it hovered in the 40s last night, or hovered in the 40s all day yesterday, down into the 30s today overnight, and it's going to be pretty crappy weather for the week. Cold, rainy. I just saw a warning this morning that the Tennessee River Valley, which we're in the middle of, I mean, seeing we're less than 2 miles from the Tennessee River right now, is supposed to get 6 to 8 inches of rain over the next week. Yeah, they're already calling for river flooding. Be on the lookout, and reminding people that it doesn't happen instantly, that the rain doesn't fall out of the sky into the river and the river floods. It falls out of the sky and then dissipates into the river, and the river rises later and crests. But that, again, something to look forward to. It looked like the other day, last week, there was just a pop-up tornado near my friend's Sean over at Off Grid and Growing up north. Well, that'd be northeast of us, northeast of Nashville. They had just a random tornado pop off and do quite a bit of damage over there. They've had tornadoes in their area prior last year through the storm season, and so I'm glad they're okay. But wild weather here in Tennessee already for the spring. Pip says big 86 down in Orlando area yesterday, and Canadian Farmstead high of -3C today. -3C is what is that, like 23 degrees normal units? Because that's just below freezing. Maybe 26. I don't know. What's the conversion on that? So anyway, I know 0 is freezing. 32 F is 32 freedom units is freezing too. So I think we're in the 20 something Fahrenheit. Canadian Farmstead says they're logical. Yeah, this is the most logical thing I've ever heard. Canadian Farmstead. And is did you see the thing in Tim's group about the prairies and the shoes? That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Canadian Farmstead, I don't know if you guys do that in Ontario. I had never heard of it before, but Toolman Tim posted in his group the other day about I don't know what you call it, a tradition or a custom or whatever it is, but it sounds like any non-business public space in the prairies of Alberta, the prairies of Canada there. Yeah, when you walk in, you take your fucking shoes off and put them in racks by the door. Now I get the functionality of this. You're not dragging snow. It's frozen all the time there. You're not dragging all that shit into whatever gym, or I think he said gym, government buildings, libraries, shit like that. You're not dragging the snow and crud in. That's what they make doormats for here in the United States. We lay down rugs inside, and people kind of knock their feet off as they walk through, and thus not dragging the stuff in. And then if it does get wet, they have floor dryers or somebody that runs a thing called a mop that keeps the floor dry. We don't take our shoes off and put them in a rack, so when the building catches on fire and everybody needs to run out of the building, we don't go, oh, we're all gonna die. Oh wait, we got to put our shoes on. I don't get it. It sounds ridiculous to me. Anyway, Tim was the reason Tim brought it up is he's gone his whole life out there, not his whole life, his whole time in the prairies with no issues with shoes. And in the last week or so, they've had 2 instances where one, his daughter, and one, his wife, had their shoes stolen. I guess when you hit it big like the Tool Man, people need those shoes. Whether it's they gotta get a piece of the action. The Tool Man Tim collection. They haven't found his shoes yet, or couldn't get close enough to him. I don't know. How stinky do you think that rack is with all the rando shoes on the rack? But anyway, weather here is going to be crappy for the next week. I got a lot of stuff inside to do. We got some firewood. I loaded up the back of the truck. Still dealing with all the glass in the back of the truck, trying to figure out how that holds. That's not a good thing. And the trailer full of solar panels is still loaded up and awaiting a trip back to the property. But with all the rain, with the condition of the road, and things like that, it's just sitting there, and the fact that the trailer is not needed at this moment. So it's a waiting game right now. Same with the cabin, the driveway. All of it is kind of in the air because of all the rain and just the condition of the ground and everything. So, waiting. Speaking of the cabin, Corey and I decided to go on a date yesterday. We went down. We had to pick up a new device, basically. So we've been using I think it's a 10-inch Surface Pro tablet, laptop type thing for a long time. Pretty much since we were in Minnesota. that's what we used as kind of a joint computer. We used it to watch movies in the evening. I talk about watching movies or TV shows in the evening. That's what we use. It just sits on the table here in the living room, and it's tiny. Whatever, we don't care. We just, it is what it is. It's had a broken screen for forever, and we've been waiting for it to die, and it really hasn't. But I told Corey it would be really nice if we had a bigger, more versatile computer or laptop to kind of research the stuff we want to do with the cabin. Not necessarily how we want to build it, but building materials, finishing materials, flooring, walling, walls, paint, cupboards, all of that shit that we need to do. It'd be nice if we could sit in the evening and use a computer instead of the very hard to use Surface Pro. Not a fan of the touchscreen, and the keyboard on it's rough, and with the size of the screen, it just didn't make sense for two people. So we kind of looked around. We were wondering if we wanted to buy a mini computer. We were wondering if we wanted to buy a laptop. And we settled on just going, since it's just going to be for browsing the internet, for watching YouTube videos, watching Amazon Prime, things like that. We decided to go with a cheapy laptop. Basically found a $130 laptop at Walmart, which wasn't in stock. So we came home and ordered another $150, $130, I don't know, a cheap laptop on Amazon. And then we got a cheap 24-inch monitor to put on the table. Monitor's great. We used that on the Surface Pro yesterday. And like I said, we had to order the laptop out from Amazon when we got home because they were out of stock at Walmart. The lady said as soon as these things come in, they go off the shelf because they're so cheap. But just a run of the mill, spend $150 and get a computer, not bad. It's going to work for what we want, and excited for that to come in. But yesterday, while we were out doing that, we stopped at Lowe's. We had a nice date day. I was excited to spend the afternoon a little bit with Corey on Sunday. I had a nice date day. We went to Walmart to look for a computer. We went to Lowe's and started looking at tile and flooring and different wall coverings and just browsing options, doors. I mean, all of it. Just started browsing what materials that we were thinking about, and then we went and got pizza and hit up Charlie's. Always great to go to Charlie's. It's the best pizza in Tennessee. I'll die on that sword. And it's interesting because I watched their Facebook page. I watched the comments on their Facebook page, and I haven't seen a bad review of them yet. I mean, people from all over the East Coast saying, moved to Tennessee, couldn't find pizza worth a shit for years and years and years, and now I tried Charlie's Pizza, and it is definitely the best by far. People saying they traveled as far as an hour and a half to try it, and will definitely be back. So definitely good pizza. And he gave me the inside scoop. I asked him when his food truck will be up and going again. And it sounds like in the next couple of weeks, he'll be back on the road with the Charlie's Pizza food truck that introduced us to Charlie's Pizza to begin with. And it sounds like there's a possibility that he'll be coming back to Saltillo. And also on the list of choices for the food truck stopping is up right close to where Delinquent's Gully is. So even when we move, we might have decent access to decent pizza. And maybe we can partner up if he's going to be coming to that area routinely, partner up with some DG stuff. If we can get the road fixed and he can get his trailer back there, he is completely self-sufficient. And if we could have Charlie's Pizza at our DG events, that's like a match made in heaven. Okay, Farmstead said he's going to park at DG. That's fine. That's fine. Perfect. So Corey and I had a nice pizza date yesterday. Super Bowl happened. Pip says no teasing. I bet if I called Charlie, I bet if I called him or went in and stopped in and said, "Hey, I'm having an event. Would you come and do it?" He would. Yeah, I'm guessing he would. No problem. Canadian Farm says I got to put his kids through college. I'm pretty sure his kids are grown, gone. I might fund his retirement though. But Corey had a nice pizza date yesterday. It was good. We didn't give a shit about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl happened last night, from what I understand, and looking at the scores, because I did have a financial interest in the scores every quarter and the final. It looks like the Eagles absolutely slaughtered the Chiefs. So I don't know. I didn't watch one play. I know when we were at Charlie's at noon, they already had pregame on, and the shit didn't start till 5:30. So 5+ hours of pregame. Yeah, Canadian Farm said who won? The Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles. Is Philadelphia still standing this morning? I did see some reports that likely would be burning. Philadelphia would likely be burning down, whether they won or they lost. So is Philadelphia still around? And so we had a pizza date yesterday, but I'm excited about the date we have planned for next weekend. I was driving to GG the other day, and I had the radio on. The radio's been Canadian Farm System explains why businesses were boarding up windows. I was driving to DG, I had the radio on, and I heard an ad for a local a place kind of close here, Jackson, Tennessee, is about an hour away, that they were having a exotic pet expo, and I was like, I used to follow the ads for those when I was selling raw food in Minnesota, because I sold to pet owners, snake owners, things like that, reptile owners that fed quail and baby rabbits and things like that. So I kind of followed a bunch of those on Facebook, and I heard the ad for it, and I was like, I know who would love to go see pets, exotic or not. And I came home and I asked my wife on a date. I said, "Hey, Valentine's date, you want to go check out the exotic pet expo next weekend for a Valentine's date?" And she smiled. She was happy. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go. $5 a piece. Get to go look at exotic pets, and the headliner, the big attraction that they were pumping on the radio ad is there's supposedly going to be baby kangaroos at the pet expo that you can hold, you can pet, you can take pictures with, and I saw hearts fluttering out of Corey's eyes when I told her that. So we might come home with a baby kangaroo. I don't know, kangaroo in the camper. We got these two large dogs, and if we could add a kangaroo, I guess maybe. But that'll be fun. I'm gonna hopefully check out the put some feelers out for raw food for reptile owners and see how that market is in this general area. I did really enjoy working with them, and when we were doing production on the farm. So when we get set up at DG, it might be a side gig going on. So Canadian Farm says Corey's going to go with a sweatshirt that has a big pocket in the front. So she feels more like the kangaroo mom, and B, so maybe she's going to stuff the kangaroo in the pouch and take off. Is that the plan? I should keep an eye on her for that. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to go to that. We were supposed to get 2 inches of rain on Saturday. As of now, we'll see if we end up going on Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, $5 a piece. Can't beat it. Fun stuff to do. And I'm guessing we'll get another lunch date out of the deal. So excited to spend some lunch dates with my beautiful bride, getting out of the house and getting some stuff done. Website's getting a complete overhaul. The class with ChatGPT is spurring me to do some work, learning how to use this tool more effectively, and how to make it do what I want and get the answers I want has been a complete game changer in designing and developing copy for a website overhaul. It's been on the burner for quite a bit. There's things I want to do. There's some things I want to do. There's some things I've been setting up and laying the groundwork for. But the catalyst for it all kickoff was redoing the website. And my website basically has been that would be about 9-year experiment in learning how to use WordPress. Rehauls, overhauls, not knowing what I'm doing. I've done Happy Hills website. I've done Baby Walter website. I've done the Lost Project website, and none of them are worth a shit. I'm more than comfortable saying that I have I shouldn't say no idea. I have a very beginner level comprehension, or I should say I did have a very beginner level comprehension of WordPress. And so the more I tried to fix it, the more it got fucked up. The less it worked, then I would fix something else, but it would cause something else not to work. And so it was a pain point to work on it. And I'm too cheap to hire somebody to do a website for me. A, because I don't want to pay for it, and B, because I don't know if I can convey to them what I want to be satisfied enough with the product to pay for it. Not saying that the person isn't going to do exactly what they offer. Not saying that what they do isn't worth the money that they charge. It's the fact that it's probably a lacking of me being able to describe what I want visually and functionality wise to make paying for it worth it, because they can only do what I ask them to do. And if I can't describe what exactly I want, it's tough for them to get it right. This has been a blocker for me. In this first week of ChatGPT, I learned that I can use ChatGPT as a research assistant to teach me how to use WordPress. And basically that's what I am doing an experiment with. I started with asking it how to build a WordPress website in the background and finish it and then put it up live. How to build it and still leave the site that's there working, and then just completely replace it. That's the building block I started with, and it's told me every step of the way. And when it's gotten something wrong and it hasn't worked, I told it why it wasn't working. It helped me troubleshoot it. I've gotten a better grasp on how to use it to write the copy for the site, to determine what should be on the site, how it should be laid out. And it's helping me learn how to keep it a light and functioning site. I think it's going to be a win. I'm really happy with the product that's rolling out so far. I got probably 30% of it done, maybe 40% of it done in a couple days, which would have taken me weeks and weeks and weeks the old way I was doing it. So that's good. I also have been using it to make a more structured format for this show. And it looks like it's going to work well. I've been trying to figure out how to give myself cues to make this show more consistent, to make it more be able to describe it, basically, but talk about similar topics at similar times throughout the show, each time, basically segmented. That's helping me come up with the segments, and it's also helping me come up with some more valuable topic ideas, I guess, is one way to put it. But it's been interesting the last. So I worked pretty heavily on it on Thursday and Saturday, and seeing the difference in results has been great. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. And I've been working on everything from images to copy to format to layout to learning how and what all the things on WordPress meant that I got to work, but I never really understood what it was and what it actually did and why I was doing what I was doing. And now I have a resource that I just ask it questions and it explains things to me. And if it doesn't explain it to me in a way I understand, I just tell it to tell me again somehow different, and it does. Now, that's not to say that everything it's coming out with is correct and factual. You definitely have to vet what comes out of it, and there are ways to do that and build that into it. So it's been an interesting adventure. So I just thought I'd jump in and redo the website, something that's been needing to be done for a long time, and it's also given me practice to then. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to putting up the Delinquent Scully website, which has been sitting on a notepad for a long time, trying to figure out how to do that and make it work and what functionality we need and things like that. So this is really helping spur my brain and being an assistant basically. So that's going well. And Director Detour this week. We have today released Angela Fowler. Angela Fowler is another accessibility advocate. I talked to Maxwell Ivy a while back. Maxwell is the blind blogger. Angela is also blind, and she does accessibility consulting for businesses trying to be more accessible and reach. I think it was a $1.4 billion market. The funds that disabled folks, blind and otherwise, spend on a yearly basis, and helping folks have their websites, have their businesses more accessible to people, so that they can tap into to earning money from them too, and not turning them away without even knowing it. It was great conversation with Angela. Like I said, that came out this morning. Wednesday, I got Steve Gallegos. This dude was a trip. He was a Latin singer. He was a lawyer. He was all sorts of stuff. It was a pretty crazy story. So you're going to want to check that out. And then Friday, Christopher Pellegrini episode comes out. And Christopher is actually in Japan and an expert on Japanese whiskey and other Japanese spirits, which is pretty cool. And we might be able to do a tasting out at DG for one of our events. He was interested in possibly doing a live link and having the spirits and Japanese whiskeys on site, and he would do a live tasting with the folks there that want to participate. So super cool interviews this week. Again, they're pretty. I'm enjoying them. Last week I had some that were not my favorites, but rolling into this week, I had some good ones for sure. And moving forward. So make sure you check out Director Detour. That's getting its own place on the new website, so I can start sending people there instead of Patreon. And that was the big hang up when I started the show. I didn't have anywhere to post any of it, and so that's getting designed into the new site, and I'll own that content once again and get away from the Patreon thing. Other than that, the only thing I had on my list is literally says presidential hilarity. That's what I got to talk about left, guys, is what's going on with Doge, not Dogecoin, but the Department of Government Efficiency, U.S. aid. Was it USAID? USAID. I'm not sure if there was an extra A in there or not. And just all the shit that is going on since what has it been, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks since Ding Dong got inaugurated. It's been 1, 2, it'll be 3 weeks today. The things that have been going on, U.S. aid, that's it. John Palmer, thank you. I'm laughing at it all. That's basically where I'm falling on it. Do I? It's tough as someone that wants to limit the power of government. Canadian Farm says who has AIDS? Magic Johnson. As someone that wants to limit the power of government, seeing him come in and do this is a double-edged sword. Because he is gutting things. He is acting like a child that had his birthday taken away, his dog got killed, he is throwing an absolute fit. I'm trying to figure out if it's a plan, if there's a means to an ends. I'm trying to figure out if it's actually genuine, or is he just on a fuck you tour? I'm not sure. I don't know. It doesn't matter really. But watching him expose corruption and watching the fallout of the people gnashing their teeth, can't believe that they're cutting this, upset that they're exposing corruption is blowing my mind, first of all. But it shows how ingrained the propaganda is. The exposure of things that a lot of us already know. Canadian Farm says, wonder if he'll cut funding and tax breaks to battery manufacturing. I don't know. I just have been enjoying watching it. It's confirming a lot of the stuff that a lot of us already knew. But the depths of it, I think, are beyond the scope of what anybody realized. We knew the government was paying media outlets, or had a very strong suspicion, through the whole COVID shit, through everything. We knew that there was a funnel of money. There had to be. For the message to be so consistent, it had to be funded by one source or one ideal. Watching them tear apart that, watching Politico miss payroll because they didn't get their government check, is interesting. I think it's probably infuriating for people that haven't already come to terms with it. I think a lot of people in our space, and if you listen to this show, I'm guessing, you already had assumed all of this shit that's being brought to light. It's hitting people hard that had an inkling that maybe it might be happening. It's really hitting people hard that had no clue. And it's the tip of the iceberg. It's very just the tip of the iceberg. What was a 1%? 1% audit complete or something like that so far. Last night I saw posts, and I don't know if they were made up just from the Super Bowl hype or whatever, but I saw Department of Education's next or gone already. I think Elon posted that last night, or someone made up a fake Elon post that the Department of Education is gone or on its way. The fact that they have kids as in 19-year-old kids doing Bob interviews cracked me up. The 15-minute interviews to justify your existence is absolutely fucking phenomenal. It's insane the amount of money that is pissed away, that is funneled into things. I always was mad when I was paying my union dues, and part of my union dues went to support political candidates I didn't agree with. This is like that on hyperdrive. Canadian Farmstead says the crazy funding around the world is insane, which means my government is doing the same crap, but no one will ever know up here. Well, they deleted all their records, didn't they? Didn't something Canada Foreign Aid something delete their database of what was going on? The external, like he says, the funding around the world is insane. The shit going on in our country, the money laundering, the funneling of money to things, the paying for propaganda that has already been exposed has been absolutely fucking mind-blowing. John Palmer says Trump signed an order to move to start doing away with the Department of Education. Perfect. There's no reason for it anyway. Canadian Farmstead says they removed access to the data from the website in Canada. I mean, I was posted in the group, in the Telegram group, t.me/lots chat, if you are interested in joining that shit show. Great group of people over there. We have a good time. Goes kind of sideways every now and then, but really, really, really solid group of folks. I was talking about a discussion I had with a coworker, and this was 10 or more years ago. We sat together in a control room quite often for 10 hours, 12 hours at a time. We had big whiteboards, we had computers, didn't have a whole lot to do work related. So we would have conversations about, span the topic. But one conversation that went on for quite a while, and we actually did mock-ups on the whiteboard. We had data files and stuff like that because we were two nerds sitting in a room together for 12 hours talking about whatever, was how to fix the government. And we were both pretty conservative. We were both on the line of we want to shrink government, this, that, and the other thing. And we were both smart enough to realize that it wasn't going to happen, that people aren't going to vote themselves out of a job with term limits. They're not going to decrease the size of government because there are too many people getting paid that won't vote for you if you stop paying them. And it's easier to just bribe new people than take it away and try to satisfy the small majority of people or the small minority of people that don't want payments. And so we figured that it had to be some sort of suicide Congress, and this was our plan, was to, and it was pretty much it wasn't ever going to fly because of surveillance and spying and all that shit. There's no way we could ever organize this, but basically it was going to have to be a group of senators and congressmen that went and basically gutted the government. They went for one term. That was the only thing they wanted to do. And they got a majority. And all they did was gut everything. Repeal things, remove things, put in term limits, blah, 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 down the line. Call it a suicide government. And if you could get a president that was on board with the message, it could work. This feels eerily similar to what we laid out and thought would work from the other side. Now we have a president that's doing this stuff, and I'm not sold that it's altruistic yet. It might be. Who knows? I'm not saying it's not. But you got a president that's trying to cut waste in any way possible, and very small part of a sympathetic Congress going along the line, seeing the reaction of the general public, I think more and more from that Congress are going to jump on board. But he has nothing to lose. He has no further political aspirations. I mean, maybe they make him king. Who knows? Maybe that is the end goal. Maybe he guts the government so much throughout his term that at the end he just becomes king. That could be a possibility. I'm not ruling that out. It is what it is. But this is very similar to what we brainstormed. The way to fix government would have to be people that had no political aspirations, that were there for one thing, and that was to make government smaller. So who knows? Who knows? Canadian Farmstead says, but the education system is so good down there. Why would the Department of Education need to go? I mean, no one can spell eagle in Philly, but that's besides the point. The federal Department of Education can go away. It should be up to the state. It should be up to the local. It should be up to the individual to educate, I believe. But that's just me. The Department of Education, there were schools in the United States long before the Department of Education, the federal Department of Education. Canadian Farmstead says, where have we ever seen the Senate take a back seat while the emperor gets installed? I don't know. Anyway, that's about what I got here today, guys. If there's anything else you want to chat about, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Down in the video description, in the audio description, I got a link for that Ember app, emberfund.onelink.me, and my affiliate code. If you use it, I appreciate that. Ember is going well. My transfer finally went through. It takes quite a while. So I made $20, $21, 21,000 sats. 21,000 sats is what I withdrew for just under a month in the first month. Right now, I'm well above that. I got lucky with a big win on one of the little games that you have to play to make your funds available. But I'm going to be well above my 21,000 sats for February. And if you want to join in and learn how to make some free Bitcoin, basically, for jumping on once a day, twice a day, something like that, it doesn't take much time at all. Check it out, Ember, down in the video description. Please click the link and use the affiliate. You can find it where it says earn Bitcoin daily with me and the referral code with the link. Fold is on fire. Fold is adding some new stuff. The Fold debit card. If you're not using Fold and you are into Bitcoin, you are hating money. Sorry, Canadian Farmstead, only available in the United States, I believe, as of now. But Fold debit card, definitely hit that link down there. When you sign up, the first time you use your debit card, you get 20,000 sats, and I get a kickback of 10,000. So appreciate that. Not a bad way to start off with a $20 bonus for just getting a card, linking a bank account, and making a purchase. And I think that works out well. They're adding all sorts of different Bitcoin funding options. The gift cards are phenomenal. Corey and I basically landed on Lowe's for the majority of our supplies because I get 4% back in Bitcoin in every purchase I make at Lowe's. Can't beat that. Stacking while we're building the cabin. Also down there is a link to Stacker News, another place where you can stack some free sats if you're into posting Reddit or Substack style posts or browsing along and things like that. ShakePay down there, I believe that's Chris Dixon's ShakePay affiliate, still down in the video description. And as always, Blockstream Jade. Gave one away last week, getting videos around different review videos and functionality videos coming out soon for Blockstream. You get 10% off down there with the code The Lots Project, or going to click that link and it's automatically applied at checkout. Beyond that, Amazon is the place you can help support us at the moment till we get the site set up, and everything will run through the website at that point. Amazon.com/shop/The Lots Project is my storefront. You can find all sorts of video reviews and idea lists, which are basically recommended products. I have one for vehicle emergency gear, coffee gear, and a recommended reading list, and some others, I believe. Like I said, a lot of that will get transferred over into the new website, so I can own my traffic and still participate in the Amazon ecosystem. So anyway, other than that, I think we're going to wrap it up today, get out of here, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I'm looking forward to participating in my AI class and sharing a little bit more with you guys next week and throughout the week in the group chat. Let's see what Ding Dong Orange Man does this week, and Elon, see who they fire, who they expose, or what goes sideways. Hopefully we stay dry with all the rain coming and things can dry up and we can get our driveway done, get our cabin started, and get moved out to DG. I appreciate all you folks hanging out this morning, and all you listeners. Thanks for stopping in. If you could share the show with someone you know that would like it, whether that be the YouTube link or the link for the audio podcast, I appreciate that. And hopefully you have a fantastic week, and we will catch up with you next Monday.
Smile.